So Carlos, tell our friends how much you liked Oga's Cantina. Did you like it?
So good that I'm a little drunk.
Good morning, friends. We are saying goodbye to Disney's Art of Animation Resort this morning. Our beautiful car suite will be no more after today. We are moving to Port Orleans French Quarter, as I've mentioned a couple times, I think. But yeah, there's our luggage all packed up. We even acquired some extra stuff, as you do. And yeah, we're just doing a little sweep of the hotel now. Room, rather. And Carlos is there.
Hi.
What do you think about our move to Port Orleans? Are you excited or you don't care?
I've never been, so I don't know.
He doesn't even know what he's going to be in for. But yeah, our poor resort room is all stripped back down and, you know, sad day. The family's going home today, but we're staying over. And then after that, I'll be going on a cruise too. So lots more to come. It's just bittersweet when we leave. And the family part of the trip is now officially over. But anyway, we'll talk soon.
So we all met up for breakfast, which was a little bit chaotic since we had to pack and everything before we left the room. And even though they weren't leaving until the afternoon, they still had to figure out like leaving their bags at Bell Services and that kind of stuff. And Carlos and I had to figure out how to do a hotel transfer with our luggage, which was actually really easy to do. And then we ate breakfast and I decided to take my two sisters, Heather and Maggie, to Disney Springs. Heather hadn't gotten a break from the kids yet and Maggie hadn't been to Disney Springs yet. So we decided to go spend a couple hours there and do some shopping. And then I got a reservation at Raglan Road, where we enjoyed beer flights and shepherd's pie before heading back to Art of Animation, where the rest of the group were having a pool day. The weather was actually really nice again, so the pool was like a perfect place to be, and the kids really enjoyed the pool, of course. Carlos and I had a pool day the day before, but they hadn't actually been able to swim in the pool since the first day, and it was actually a little bit too chilly that day anyway, so yeah. But from there, we all said our goodbyes, and they went and caught their Mirrors Connect shuttles, and Carlos and I decided to go to Hollywood Studios for the afternoon evening.
Hi friends, Travis here. So we are on the Skyliner. Me and Carlos. Hi. Yeah,
Hi.
so it's been a fun week. Everyone enjoyed themselves. We definitely have tons of things that we want to do for next time and whatever. Kids slowed down the pacing a little bit, so we'll for sure need to readjust some things for next time. But it was a successful trip all in all, I think. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, what?
It was a successful trip all in all? Yeah. But now we have our last day at Hollywood Studios. We're switching over to Port Orleans this afternoon. And yeah, life is good, y'all. Life is good. We'll talk soon. So Carlos, tell our friends how much you liked Oga's Cantina. Did you like it?
So good that I'm a little drunk.
He took a fuzzy tauntaun to go. How do your lips feel?
A little numb.
And then you're numb to reality, or what?
I guess so.
So yeah, we just finished at Oga's Cantina. As you can tell, Carlos loved it. He's so enthusiastic about it. No, I'm just kidding. He really did like it. We were sitting with a couple, standing with a couple at the little stand-up table. And they were super nice, and we chatted with them the whole time we were in there, and yeah, it was fun. And we got 3 drinks, 2 while we were there, and we both took one to go. I took a jet juice to go, so mine was a little bit easier and quicker to drink. Well, easier, maybe not, because it's quite strong if you've ever had one of those before, but yeah. I love Oga's. If you can get a reservation at Oga's when you're at Hollywood Studios, I definitely recommend it. It's definitely for adults. It's a bar, so you can get non-alcoholic stuff there too, but I don't think kids would find it as fun as adults would. But can recommend, absolutely. Anyway, we're having a good day. Our first solo day. So far, so good. We'll talk soon.
After that, we walked around Hollywood Studios a little bit. We ended up going into the shops to do some shopping, and then we decided to ride Tower of Terror, since that's a favorite of both of ours and there wasn't too long of a line. And then from there, we decided to catch a friendship boat over to Epcot because we were hungry and they have such great food options there. And Epcot is usually a good place to kind of close things out. I personally love the friendship boat. I think that's such a fun form of transportation and an easy way to get to and from Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And of course, at this point, Carlos had never ridden it before, so it was definitely a must-do. We decided to get off at the Swan and Dolphin station and walk the rest of the way because we wanted to sort of like check out Swan and Dolphin and a little bit of the boardwalk and Yacht and Beach. And we got to Epcot walking the exact same time as our friendship boat that we were on was pulling up, so I mean, we timed it pretty well. And then once in Epcot, we got fish and chips and we debated whether it was all about malt vinegar or tartar sauce. I'm on team malt vinegar, Carlos is team tartar sauce, and a few of our friends, when we surveyed them, said that they like both. So yeah, comment down below what you think about fish and chips. Malt vinegar, tartar sauce, both, something else? From there, we grabbed a couple of beers and just sort of hopped around Epcot a little bit to see what we could see and do what we could do. And it was definitely lively. This was a Friday night, so of course, like a lot of the locals come in and they had more entertainment things happening, which was cool to see. And then I took Carlos over to Club Cool because while we've been here before multiple times, Carlos had never actually done the soda sampling thing.
All right, friends, Carlos is about to try Beverly. Here he goes. No? You don't like it? No, don't jump it. I'll drink it.
Well, here.
Okay.
What?
You didn't like it? That's Beverly. You liked it or no?
That's disgusting.
After that, we decided to call it a night. We'd already seen the harmonious fireworks and stuff earlier in the week, so we decided to skip that and caught our bus to Port Orleans French Quarter. Our room was of course ready at that point, and our bags were waiting for us at Bell Services, so now that I know the process of doing a resort transfer with my bags, I think I'll take advantage of that service again in the future. When we woke up the next day, we looked around the resort a little bit and discovered just how beautiful and nice the theme is there. I'd actually say that this is probably my favorite moderate resort theme on property, and the resort itself is pretty small, so even if you're put in a faraway room like we were, you're really not that far from the main area anyway. From there, we took the little boats down the river because that'll take you all the way to Disney Springs, so that's kind of one of the cool transportation options from the Port Orleans area. And it's not quite a friendship boat, it's quite a bit smaller than that, so this actually was a form of transportation that neither of us have used before, so it was cool to check that off of the list as well. And when we got there, we got a sandwich from Earl of Sandwich, which was really good. One thing I will say is that this place does take an annual pass for, I believe, a 15% discount. This might be the only counter service restaurant on property that offers a discount, so be sure to take advantage of that. We actually missed the sign and didn't think to ask because most counter service places don't, but then after we paid, I saw the sign and I was like, oh man. But definitely tasty sandwiches. And then we had tickets for Drawn to Life, which is the Cirque du Soleil show that recently reopened, and this show was actually a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we were not allowed to take pictures or video inside the building, so I don't really have a lot to show for it, but I will say I definitely recommend it if you're looking for something different to do on property. And then from there, we took the bus back from Disney Springs because I think it would have been too cold to take the boats. I'm also actually not sure how late they run, so yeah, the bus was really quick and reliable. Even though something to note is that the bus will drop off at French Quarter and Riverside, so while French Quarter doesn't have a bus loop, if you're staying at Riverside, you may end up being on the bus for a while depending on the time of day and what have you. But we went to sleep that night and then woke up the next morning and it was time to check out. We had hoped that we could have a pool day there. That's kind of one of the main things I wanted to explore at Port Orleans French Quarter, but unfortunately the weather didn't allow for that at all. But we dropped our bags off at Bell Services and explored the resort a little bit. We even went over to Port Orleans Riverside and looked around, and then came back and caught the Shuttle to the airport. But anyway, this was a great trip. We had so much fun. It was great to spend time with the nieces and nephew, and of course my siblings. And I want to thank you all for watching and following along. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and you all have a good night.